Sorry for the delay. Good morning.
Thank you. Okay, let's. यही कर सकते हैं. Are you able to see the screen share, which is containing Padma Awards? Let's recap this first, and then we will move to the most interesting part called commandos. So, after going through Bharat Ratna, we have considered Padma Awards, and basically they are given in three different categories called. The first one as Padma Vibhushan, second one is Padma Bhushan, and the third one is Padma Shri. So how it looks, each of these awards you can see here. So obviously this is the very first one, Padma Vibhushan, which is India's second highest civilian award. Padma Bhushan, India's third highest civilian award. And then the last one, you can see its structure here, which is Padma Shri, which is India's fourth most civilian award after Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan. So each of these medals have attached to a kind of strip. So Padma Vibhushan is attached to a strip of pink color only. Padma Vibhushan is attached to a strip of pink color, but having at middle the white strip. And Padma Shri is attached again to a pink strip, but having two white strip, and because of that, it has a structure as pink, white, pink, white, pink. Fine. So these were the Padma Awards started on 2nd January 1954, which are given in these categories. Obviously, Padma Vibhushan is for exceptional and distinguished services. Padma Bhushan is for distinguished services, and the Padma Shri is for distinguished services. Only the difference between Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri is distinguished service of a high order. All these awards are given without any kind of discrimination, which is based on race, occupation, position, or gender. As far as the criteria of these awards is considered, you can include here various services, even in the field of government servants or services, except some of the public sector undertakings. For example, banks, for example, the Maharatna companies, right? So such kind of sectors are excluded from this one. That to be again you may consider some of the research institutes, right? But that to be amongst these public sector undertakings, the doctors and scientists have been exempted, so they are also eligible, though they are in the public sector undertakings, that is PSUs. Now, regarding all these awards, there had been an amendment which was brought in January 1955 on very next year. According to that, it was started conferring posthumously. Earlier, it was not. In fact, all the three awards were not. The recommendations have been received from various institutes, including some individuals as well. Every year from 1st May to 15th of September, you can receive the recommendations and then all these recommendations go to or before the Padma Awards committee, which is always being convened by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. And then later on, this committee is recommending some of the names from the recommendations by all these individuals, institutes, states, the union territories, the earlier recipients of these awards, and Bharat Ratna, right, member of parliament, then the chief ministers, and at the last, the prime minister would send that particular list for the approval of President of India. Now, as I said that only conferment of this particular award is not considered official unless and until the name of that particular awardee is being presented in the Gazette of India. That would not be considered as the award have been awarded. As like Bharat Ratna, these awards were also suspended twice in their history. Very first one when Morarji Bhai Desai's government had been there, that is in 1977, and second one by the people in people's interest litigation, that is PILs, which were filed in the Kerala High Court as well as Madhya Pradesh High Court, stating that these awards are politicizing the voters, right? Or in order to influence the voters, these awards are being given. And it is a fact. It is not only the people's interest, but there, if you could see some of the recipients of these awards, then we would come across some sort of things which are so I was talking about the whether we should believe in the politicizing of these or not. Yes, to certain extent, we can see some of the names which are completely influenced by the political moves, and because of that, uh, we may start believing, right, or we can uh, think that there would be possibility of politicizing these awards or to influence the voters. Then if you consider the conferment of this particular award till date, so the total number is 321, and among these you will be finding out some of the neutralized, some of the non-residents of India, right? And the example I said that the Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, right? So who is recipient of Padma Vibhushan on last year, right? So among these 321, he would be. Whatever you can see here in the flowchart, that is related to the original medal, but whatever you see at the center, it is current medal. Fine. So here Padma and here the Vibhushan, these are the Hindi words which are inscripted, right? Or you can say in the Devanagari script, they have been inscripted on obverse, along with a lotus at the center in a circular shape, and at the reverse you would have the state emblem of India, right? And here you do see the again another Devanagari script called Satyamev Jayate. Earlier, this had been a Desh Seva. Fine. So Padma Vibhushan and Desh Seva. So this is what the current say the medal you may consider. Fine. These are the things which already we have considered, but this is what originally it was there. Right? I will not read them. Yes, the same thing. Okay, what else I can tell about? Yes, that is what the Padma and Vibhushan, and then Satyamev Jayate. In fact, you can have this into Hindi as well. Right? Yes, pink ribbon and where it is being produced or the manufacturing. Now, the same things which are also applicable for Padma Bhushan, right? I will not go in detail, only a simple point I can tell you, that is, yes. So till date, you can have 1270 individuals, right? Which includes, here I have just put these two more words, right? As like unlike the earlier slide. So 24 among these 1270 are posthumously conferred, and the 97 among these are the non-citizens of India. Yes, only the changes are in the, instead of Vibhushan, now you would be having the Bhushan, Padma Bhushan, right? Rest of the things are almost the same. Only obviously how these names have been inscribed. So earlier there was silver gilt. Here you do come across the gold gilt. Only simple material is changed. And another change you can see here, right? Or you must have seen in that particular slide, wherein the white strip is at the middle of that particular pink strip. And the third award, right? You may I hope you are able to see the three awards at a time. Right. So obviously this is Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and the last one you can see the Padma Shri. Right. So here this Padma is everywhere. Only here Vibhushan, Bhushan, and Shri. Right. So these are the slight changes you may consider, and rest of the things are exactly same. Right. No doubt. Materials you can see would be different. And then the ribbons, right? So changes are in these names, changes in the materials, and changes in the ribbons. So that are only three things which are differing from each other. Rest of the information is same. The criteria is same, right? Then obviously hierarchically they are placed. This is for a distinguished service. This is for a distinguished service of high order, and this is the exceptional as well as a distinguished service. Fine. So these are the three awards which are considered after the Bharat Ratna, right? So, and because of that, they stand as the second highest, third highest, and the fourth highest. Apart from that, I think yes, already these we have seen, but I have to uh, summarize them. So through that point of view, I placed. Later on, we have also moved to wartime or the peacetime service awards. So Sena Medal for Army, Nau Sena Medal for Navy, and Vayu Sena Medal for Air Force, right? And apart from these, 6 more awards are there. So I would not going to read these things. Only keep in mind Sena Medal for Army. Right. All these medals started on 17th of June 1960 by the President of India. They can be posthumously awarded, and they can be awarded twice. Only thing that now you can see the obverse and reverse. So here you see a bayonet, right? It is having a circular shape. Again, there would be a soldiers, a standing soldier on the reverse, right? Over which the Devanagari script as Sena Medal, right? In fact, it is Hindi version. Ribbon, red colored ribbon having a white strip at the middle. Fine. Now Sena Medal, yes. It's obvious. Yes.
Sir, that Sena Medal.
Hello.
Hello. Excuse me, sir.
Haritesh.
Sir, in that Sena Medal slide, there is one option. Sorry, there is one point given monthly stip of rupees 250. What that?
Yes. So, though it was started in 1960, right? Its question is that the amount 250 and then 2000. So, what exactly it is, right? So, you know, though the awards have started in 1960, at that time there was no stipend, right? As you know, for Paramveer Chakra awardee, you can have some stipend, right? So 20,000 per month, apart from his salary, you can have that much stipend. As far as this particular Sena Medal is concerned, earlier there was no stipend, but later on from 1999, they have started some stipend, and that was only 250 rupees, which was later on revised. So now they are getting through 2,000 rupees as the stipend. Fine. So that's what you can consider. Have I answered, or something else was your question?
No, sir, this one only.
Okay. Come back to Nausena Medal. So it's it has a pentagonal shape, right? It is not exactly circular shape. It's a pentagonal shape having the curved edges, right? Its edges are curved, made up of silver, and over which a navel, this is navel crest, have been embossed. And then on the reverse, you can come across a trident within this circle, right? And as well as the rope and the inscription as no Sena medal, right? So that's what you can have. As far as this strip is concerned, a navy blue colored strip having a white silver strip at the middle, right? So that is what about this medal. At the last, Vayu Sena medal, obviously for Indian Air Force, right? And here you can see the structure of your medal. Now, here you can see the 4 edges, right? In fact, you can consider the lotus blooms, right? So a lotus bloom, lotus bloom, lotus bloom. So 4 lotus blooms are forming the medal, and at the center you can have the state emblem of India, right? This is obvious. On reverse, you would come across a Himalayan eagle with the wings spread, right? You may say it as flying eagle, and the legend written as the or words inscribed as Vayu Sena medal. Fine. It's brief. Here you can have alternative diagonal strips of, say, the orange saffron, and obviously this would be a say silver kind of color. So 2 millimeters each. Right. So that's what we can consider as far as the yesterday's session is concerned. Now let's go to the more interesting point. Okay, I hope you are able to again see another screen shared. Right, simply it is welcoming you. Now, after going through, no doubt, 6 awards, sorry, 6 medals, I may say, have left. Right. Obviously, we will see them after finishing this particular point. There would be some consequences you would come across. This particular point called commandos, and then you would have the greater understanding related to all these medals altogether. Fine. Now, in this particular point, you would come across 3 categories of commandos, and simply you know these 3, but that doesn't mean that there are only these 3, right? Probably you might be knowing some other categories. Again, my question is that are they limited only to say Cobra commandos apart from these 3 names? Are they limited to SPGs, right, or say NSGs? NSG itself is having 4 different classes, right? Though you see them throughout same, but they are not, fine. So itself is having 4 different classes. Apart from that,
Black Cat Commandos.
okay, anybody sorry, anything else? Black Cat, another one?
So Black Cat Commandos.
No doubt, but Black Cat Commando itself is a only class, or there are some other classes?
So itself is a class.
Single?
Yes, sir.
Sir, Cobra.
No, Cobra is not a part of this one. Which one? Of Black Cats or say NSGs? No doubt, Cobras are the part of commandos, definitely. Anything else? Have you heard the words SAG, SPG, then SMG? Right. So these are the classes of a category called Black Cats. So overall, you can have the Black Cats, right? And how these Black Cats are being further classified into different classes. That's what I was asking. And you would be coming across all these classes, right? So no doubt you would be going through Cobras, you would be going through Ghatak, you would be going through some of the special forces as well, right? I don't know how much I can cover related to or apart from the armed forces. I think Rahul, whatever you are saying, that would be the sections, right? You know, as like we do have different commands of as we do have different commands, right? Then further we do have brigades. Further, if you go down, you have regiments. Further you go down, you have the groups. Further you go down, you would be having the battalions, right? So that likewise, you do have SPG's classification, right? These are their companies. So whatever 102nd, 107 you are saying, right? These are the different companies you would come across. Fine. Anything else at the beginning only? Okay, I wanted to think you on this particular Barrett, right? Which one? Maroon. Again, okay, unfortunately here it is not there, but you can just still think on this, and you can just think on this particular, say, helmet, right? So I wanted you to think on these things, right? Forget about other things because other are not that much clearly visible, but still you can see here a kind of badge, right?
Special forces.
So,
Special forces badges that. No?
obviously, but what exactly these are, I wanted you to get oriented in these regards. Fine. Anyway, we will come across each of these one by one. So already we have gone through that the three branches, right, of Indian Armed Forces, right, which have separate special force units in general, which are called para special forces, obviously of Indian Army. Then a Marcos, that is related to Indian Navy, and Garud Commando Force for Indian Air Force. So these three words always keep in mind, but as a category of special forces or special force units. So para special forces, Army, Marcos, Navy, and Garud Commandos, Air Force. Fine. So these are the three terms related to these three armed forces. Right. Now see how much it is easy to. Ayush, can you reframe your question so that I can understand what exactly you want to convey? Right. So that you can understand how they are related and what are their now the tasks, right? Obviously here you would be knowing how you can enter there and then what kind of different things they would be having, but in between these two you would be coming across a kind of training, and which is best in the world, right, related to other counterparts. Again, I could not get meaning of this found. That when they were found means what exactly you want to convey? When these were discovered, whether you want to say that when they started. Okay, that's fine. So you would be coming across that particular details. Fine, because not at a time they have been started. Obviously, different startings are there, but in general, I would tell you after 1984, particularly after assassination of Indira Gandhi, right, or the phase before her assassination, there had been some reports by the intelligence, and even in 1982 only it was reported to the Prime Minister that you should have special commandos, right? And to a large scale, we must have such kinds of companies so that in such cases, we can use them for the protection of very important personalities, people of our country. And through that point of view, we should have a kind of special forces. That was the proposal. But you know, she said that, no, I know there is a threat to my life, right, by my own bodyguards. But if I now take a kind of action, then it would give a wrong message that the Prime Minister of India is discriminating the people depending on their race, depending on their religion, right? and at any cost, I don't want to spread such a message to the countrymen. However, if I lose my life for this, I would not have any kind of regret, right? So these are her words, and obviously whatever she thought and whatever she had been informed, exactly same things have been happened, right? So some other day we will go through that particular story. The name itself is indicating analysis wing, right? So you cannot place them as such special forces, though it is closely related or approximately having the connections with this one. No doubt they always go hand in hand, but it is not exactly a special force, right? So simply you can take it and put into the class of or the category of special forces. No, right? So to answer your question, it's not. Now, after knowing these three armed forces and again coming across three different terminologies called para special forces, Marcos and Garud commandos. In fact, Garud commando force, right? In general, we only know Garud. So now they are specifically organized, trained, and equipped in order to conduct as well as support the special operations. So what can be the special operations, right? So if you have to define these special operations carefully, for example, if you are say our prime minister is going to one of the places, so obviously the part of these special forces, right, which is always, you must have seen, right, in VIPs के इर्द गिर्द बहुत सारे लोग हमने देखे हैं, right, by wearing the black goggles, having some suitcases in their hands. Got it? So who are they? They are part of these para special forces, right? In fact, they are called SEGs, right? So they are taking some kinds of special operations. Another example I would say that which was happening during the operations, tornado operations, Taj, right? Operation Trident. Sorry, in the hotels, the Taj, in the Hotel Trident, right? So in 2008, during the terrorist attack, fine. So these kinds of special operations you would come across. Right? So three words, as I said: organized, trained, and equipped, right? Yes, Operation 26/11. So organized, trained, and equipped. So what do you think? Which one is the most important among these? Right? No doubt equipments are going to have their own importance. But if you have a very good kind of equipment and you have no confidence, right? So what that equipment will do for you? Nothing. So always keep in mind, on the battlefield, जंग के मैदान में आपका confidence ही आपका असली हथियार होता है, right? You can do, and you must have realized this particular thing by going through the stories of some of the Paramveer Chakra awardees, right? शायद उस वक्त उनके पास कुछ नहीं भी था, जैसे थर्ड और फोर्थ पीवीसी हमने देखा, नायब सॉरी लांस नायक अली, और I forgot that name, Hazrat I think Hamid Khan. Likewise, right? So you know, at the last he had left no ammunition. Then what he had done? He had taken away the bayonet of that particular gun, and with the help of that he fought, right? So he must have, or he could have told that no, my ammunition have been consumed, and how I can now fight with the enemies, right? So whatever the example I want to tell you is completely based on or related to the confidence, ना कि equipments पे depend होता है, ठीक है? And from from where that confidence will be generated, that confidence will be always gained through a continuous training, right? Keep in mind, in life, consistency is important. Consistency will give you the confidence, right? And obviously for gaining that confidence, you'd be trained, and for the purpose of training, you would be always organized, right? So these three things. So three forces, three special forces, and three things. Fine. So you can come across. Okay. Another abstract of the commandos you would know. So here you have energies. Now see how the paras. So basically what paras could be, right? Is there any difference between energies and paras, right? Or is this part of this one, right? Fine. So paras, energies, Ghatak, Garud, and Marcos. Fine. So let's begin with the very first one, that is called Marine Commandos, right? Marine Commandos, and the name of Marine Commandos we do have are Marcos, right? So Marcos stands for MAR stands for Marine, right? These first three letters, and COS for the commandos, right? So Marine Commandos, nothing but the Marcos, which are the special forces of Indian Navy. Fine. I'm just taking you through some of the glimpses of training, right? Instead of providing the information, first I will take you through some journeys. So here you can see, right? So obviously they are having the mock operations. Obviously this is not an actual operation. So this is a mock operation. Now see, you can just see here, there are three commandos you can see in this picture, and they have covered all the areas. So this one, this one is covering the area from this side, right? So that these two would be protected. He is covering this particular site, right? So that this would be protected, and the middle one is just handling the frontal side, right? So that what will happen now, three directions are completely blocked, right? Closely monitored and controlled by these three things. So here you can come across a kind of tactics, right? Always keep in mind, you should understand the meaning of, or first you should know two words. One is called statistics, and second one is called tactics, right? So sorry, not statistics, strategic and tactics, right? By and large, many a times both seems same, but they are not exactly same, right? And through that point of view, you may consider that the tactics are important. So it is a part of tactics. Another tactics, I would say, right? So they have almost more than half a circle, right? That means what? Now they are covering 360 degrees. They are covering 360 degrees. But one more important point you can understand at this moment, where they are being operated. So you can see this is water, right? They might be at the sea, right? So, and probably they are at sea. Fine. Their name indicates marine. So their first priority is always the coastal side, right? The marine borders, right? And this is just to uh, put something about the Marcos. Now here, just by seeing, you might be having so many questions, right? So what exactly here you can see, right? Then obviously this would be the part of their uniform, right? Then what kind of equipments they are going to have, right? So such things are always there. Then how they are being associated by the equipments, right? Here you can come across different kind of uniform, right, than the earlier one. Again, now here you are coming across a kind of equipment which is closely associating, right, or helping out these commandos. Further, here you can have the underwater operations, how they are being trained for their say operations to be carried out, right? But here you would come across a motto. What is the motto of Marcos? As like the mottos of Indian Armed Forces, right? Again, the mottos of each of the commands we have considered for Army, Navy, or Air Force, they are always having their mottos. Likewise, the special forces are always having their own mottos, right? So, motto of Marcos is the few, the fearless, right? Now, see, each of these words are having the very important meanings. Why they are few? Why we could not have large?
Only some of them are careless. Who
Sir,
give the
they are,
explanation for attending the mark?
sir, they are, sir, they are less in number, but they are fearless.